welcoming you to chair yoga for today. We are going to focus on 10 simple movements to promote energy or fight fatigue. So 10 simple yoga movements. If you've been in my classes before, which many of you have, I see a lot of familiar faces here from all over the country, all over the world. You will recognize a lot of these movements already. If this is the first time that you're joining me, these are very simple, gentle, for the most part, whole body movements. And so when we move the body, we're moving the lymph fluid, we're getting the blood flowing. And when we add the layer of the breath, we're also helping get that energy flowing. So I'm hoping that with these 10 simple movements that we're going to be doing today, we can address energy levels. So we're also going to we'll start with a little bit of centering and warm up, and we'll also end with some warm down in addition to those 10 simple movements. You guys ready to go? Okay. So let's get started just by coming to a comfortable posture in your seat. Welcoming you, Deborah. Welcoming you, Judy. And so we'll just start with a little bit of centering, a little check-in. I might rest my hand on my heart, a hand on my belly if that would feel good, or I could keep my hands in my lap if that would feel better. And if you like, you could close the eyes. I'm taking some easy breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Inhaling easy, exhaling easy, and just beginning to arrive. I want you to know that you're welcome here in whatever state of being you're in. So taking a few more mindful breaths, conscious breaths, beginning to arrive. And perhaps you'd like to just briefly check in with yourself and your energy levels. You know, how are you feeling in your body, in your mind, in your spirit? With that feeling of vitality, that feeling of energy flowing. So just checking in. Maybe there's an immediate answer like, I am so tired today. Or I'm feeling pretty good energetically. So just checking in with yourself. You're the only one who knows the answer to this one. And then when you're ready, you could bring the hands down by the sides. Open the eyes, and maybe that was nice just to close the eyes for a moment. Sometimes I feel that's very helpful. And I also just want to interject one thing. This checking in business is really important. We're going to do it at the end as well. Nowadays, we can just pick up our phone and ask the phone any question that arises without even trying to come up with the answer ourselves. So anytime we can, I really want to continue, kick up my volume. I really want to continue to try and access our own inner wisdom. I realize even in my own practice that I tend to just sort of reach for the AI or the computer or the Google or whatever. Google doesn't know how I'm feeling, so. Does that sound a little better, Carol? I picked it up just a little bit. Volume level, okay? Okay. Janelle, can you hear me okay? Okay, perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of warm up. I'm just going to tilt my head from side to side. This is not one of the 10 simple movements, but I do want to make sure that I address stress and tension that can kind of creep its way into my shoulders and my neck. So just tilting one ear towards one shoulder, coming back to center. Exhaling, other ear, other shoulder. Maybe you breathe into center. And we're just moving from side to side. A couple more times at your own pace. Very good. Coming back to center. My arms are down at my sides. I'm just going to lift my shoulders up, back, and down. Stretch my wings a little bit. See how that would feel to lift the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. All right, and those are just a few little easy warm-ups you can do to enter into the yoga space. A little centering, a little breathing, a little shoulder work, a little neck work. So now let's start with our first simple yoga movement that is going to help promote energy levels. And it does so by addressing the posture and getting the blood and the lymph fluid moving. So I'm going to lift my arms out to the sides, as far up as feels good to me, and that could be lower than my arms are lifted right now. My arms are at about shoulder height. I'm going to bring my arms back behind me a little bit, lifting the heart. And then as I come back with my arms, I'm going to give myself a hug, one arm on top. Now let's add the breath. So I'm inhaling the arms open wide, lifting the heart. Exhaling, opposite arm on top. Let's do two more like this. We're breathing in, opening wide, heart lift. Exhale, opposite arm on top. And last one, inhale, arms wide, you got it. Exhale, opposite arm on top. Stay here for a moment, just tuck the chin. Maybe close the eyes and take a breath. And then we'll do that again and add something a little bit different. So I'm going to lift my arms out to the sides. And then as I bring my arms back in front, I'm going to interlace my fingers and pull my arms away from the body. We're inhaling, opening. Exhale, interlace the fingers, pull the arms away from the body. And two more like that. Inhale, spread the wings. Exhale, interlace. And I'm just pulling my arms away from the body enough that my shoulder blades create some more real estate there. Last one. Oh, I really needed this. Interlace, pull the arms away. And then I'll just juice up my fingers while I'm here, just pressing the palms away from the body, pushing the palms away, saying hello to the fingers. And then I'll just release those arms down, maybe take a couple wrist circles on the way there. Sitting up at the edge of my chair, I now have a little bit, slight more awareness of my posture with that sort of chest opening movement. So I want to kind of keep that with me for the rest of our session. So I'm sitting up away from the back of my chair and bringing my arms down by my sides. And I'm going to do my second movement, which is painting the wall. Inhale my arms straight out and up, and exhale the arms back down as if I'm sort of painting a wall. I might even wiggle my fingers a little bit. Inhale, arms rising straight out and up. Exhale, release the arms down. It doesn't matter if you can't go all the way up with the arms. Just do what feels possible. Breathing in. What color would you be painting your walls today with this movement? maybe a nice bright color. Maybe the arms come back a little bit farther. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, arms release. And I'm going to do 5 more of these. So I want to get my energy lifted. I still have my feet planted on the earth, seat in the chair. If you start to feel tired or you've got shoulder stuff going on, you can take a little rest. I've got 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And last one. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to rest my arms for a moment. Take a wider stance. Literally going to be stirring the pot. With my torso, I'll be making a big circle. And this helps to warm up the spine and kind of get you into your whole body. So I'm breathing in as I go halfway, breathing out the other half of the circle. Coming back the other direction. Very good. And then meeting me back at center, walking my feet back in. And now I'm just going to walk in place. Marching in place. This isn't one of the movements, but I love this for just getting the energy flowing. So there might be a day where you're, you just kind of need to get some exercise, but you're not up for a full long walk or something like this. You could march in place. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, I really want to get my energy flowing with some twists. I'm going to inhale the arms straight up, and as I exhale, I'm turning my torso to the right and bringing my arms down and to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, twisting left, arms coming down. Okay, let's do a few of those. You can do this at your own pace. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, arms center. Exhale, twist left. Keeping that good posture at the edge of your chair. Very good. Just watching you guys, seeing how that looks, how that feels. I might do 1 more on each side. And then I'll come on back to center, hands coming to heart center, flowing right into the next movement, arm salutes. So we're inhaling the arms out and up in a big circle around my head, and then bringing the hands through to heart center, resting on the breastbone. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I'm going to do 8 more of these. So we're breathing in, breathing out. You could close your eyes here. Keep that breath flowing. I'm reaching up and grabbing what I need in this moment for myself. A little bit of peace coming into my heart center. Joy. Gratitude. Whatever it is that you need. 3 more arm salutes, your own pace. You got it, Renee. Beautiful. And last one. Hands coming to heart center. And just for a moment, we'll pause. Closing the eyes, feeling the feet on the earth, seat in the chair. I'll just widen my awareness out to this community. And for a moment, just reminding myself that I'm not alone. And that this community serves as a foundation for so many of us. A foundation of support. When you're ready, you can release the arms down and go ahead and rest the hands on the lap. So I'm going to scoot even farther forward in my chair. And I'm going to do a few sit to stands here. This is just a transition, but it could be one of the movements that helps you build energy. So I'm leaning forward, hands on the legs, creating some momentum, leaning forward, leaning back a few times. My gaze is going to stay looking forward where I want to go rather than down. I'm going to put a little weight into my hands as I lean forward and just come up a little bit, sit right back down. Make any adjustments so you feel safe. Come up a little bit, sit right back down. Now you can skip this if you have knee issues or you're feeling unsafe doing this. So practicing my sit to stand, I could do 10 of these, and I'm really feeling that engagement of my glute muscles, all of the muscles in my legs, and I'm adding that layer of my breath. Inhale, lift the sails. The sails help you lift up. And this next time I come to stand, I'm going to stand up all the way. Optionally, you can always stay seated. So grab a little sip. Maybe you've got a glass of water standing by. Maybe you want to go grab one. All right. I'm going to come to stand, making sure that I have something nearby that I can hold onto. For our first standing simple movement, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes and back down. I'm going to do a total of 10 of these, so tiptoe lifts, or else you're doing foot pumps if you're seated. Lifting up, maybe one arm rises, maybe both arms rise. With that tiptoe lift, float your way back down. It could be a short little movement, or maybe you elongate the movement. Maybe you lift one arm at a time so you can stay stable, stay safe. Hold on. You've got it. My gaze is straight ahead. I've turned on my peripheral vision, so I'm aware of what's underneath my field, in my lower field of vision, without even looking down. I can be aware of that. I feel like I could do this movement all day long. I love it so much. But let's just do 2 more. Got it. All right, now I'm going to sit down into my imaginary chair, bending the knees, bringing my hips back, pulling my belly towards my spine, isometrically pushing the feet apart. So this is our chair pose. You could stay in a static movement. So let's come up for a second. Unbend those knees, straighten the legs. When I sit down, bending my knees, I'm then going to shift my hips way back. Okay, so I'm going to take a peek down. I want to be able to see my feet. If my knees are in line, then I've got to bring those knees back. And I want to keep my torso nice and upright. So I'm not rounding or bending my spine here. I've got a nice lifted torso, okay? So I'm in my chair pose, and now I'm going to add the movement to it. I'm going to inhale, straighten, lift one or both arms. Exhale, sink down and back, bring the arms back behind me. You've got it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down, weight is in the heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down and back. Maybe you're just doing the arm movement, that would be fine. Very good. You've got it, Deborah. That's beautiful. I love what you're doing there. Maybe these next three, you could also lift up onto the tiptoes and then come back down, bending the knees. Whole body movements, getting my whole body flowing. Last one. And then coming back up to stand, I'm going to take a little bit of a wider stance and just take a little break here with some hip circles. And if you're seated, you could do some torso circles. And I might just keep doing this, or I might feel like stretching my side body, so reaching up, punching the air with that right wrist, reaching up with the left arm, punching the air. And just taking a few little side bends with my breath flowing. You've got it. Legs are nice and strong here. You've got it. I might just take one more on each side, so just a little palate cleanser there. And I might just windmill my whole body, let the arms kind of swing and dangle. I've been using the arms a lot. All right, and now for my next challenge, I'm going to bring my feet back to about hips width distance apart. I'm going to be combining the paint the wall movement with a leg lift. Okay, so maybe you start with holding on and see how it feels. I'm going to put the weight into my right foot. Actually, I have to think about that. I would want my chair over here for that. So I'm going to put my weight into my right foot. Lift the left leg and that right arm and release back down. We do that a few times. Lifting opposite arm, opposite leg. So I'm just staying with the one side for now. If I'm holding on, so inhale, lift. And my knee is bent. So the nice bent knee with the one that's lifting. Paint the wall with one arm and release back down. You got it, Karen. Beautiful. One more, and then we'll try it on the other side, and then we're going to progress to doing it without the chair. So I'm holding onto the chair with my right arm, with my right hand. I'm bringing my weight into my left leg. Lift that left arm and the right leg and release down. So I'm inhale, painting the wall, lifting the leg with a bent knee, and releasing down. See how that feels. It's good, Marilyn. Feel that strength in your core. You got it, Dottie. And I might take just one more like that on that side. Take a little breather with a wider stance. Do a couple of hip circles. So these are just palate cleansers. If you liked the side bending, you could go back to that. Do a couple little punches, stretching one side to the other. That's good, Marty. I don't think I can keep up with you today, girl. Maybe a little windmill action. All right, you could continue with our paint the wall leg lifts, holding on, or you could try it with both arms lifting and one leg at a time. So I'm inhaling the arms up, one leg lift, release it down. Inhale both arms, other leg, release it down. So I'm moving from side to side. One leg at a time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Let it be gentle. Very good. One more on each side. You guys are looking really good balance-wise. All right, now I really want to stretch the front of my hips out because we did just do a lot of strengthening of that front hip. But I'm feeling my energy flowing for sure. So I'm going to turn to face my chair here and just step that right foot forward and bring the left foot back. And I'm just sinking into my right knee. My left foot is back at a little bit of an angle, and I'm just giving myself a nice stretch here. So I'm stretching this left hip, the front of the left hip. And I might want to stretch a little more by lifting that left arm up and bending over to the right side just a teeny bit. And then releasing, so that you'll recognize this as a warrior one foot stance. I'm switching sides, left foot forward, right foot back at an angle, sinking into the left knee. Right, so it's just a lunge. Maybe that right arm reaches up and we bend ever so gently to the left. If that would feel good, torso nice and upright. And then releasing from there. How are you guys doing? Doing okay? All right. So number 9 is a lunge leg lift. Okay, so we're going to be coming to that warrior one stance with the right foot forward and the left foot back. And I'm holding onto my chair for this. I'm trying to keep my torso upright, even though my tendency is to kind of round forward a bit. I'm going to step forward and lift that left leg up and bring that left foot down. And you might even not use the chair for this. So I'm stepping the foot back and maybe that right arm comes up, lifting the left leg up, right arm comes down. So I think this is what I was playing with these movements earlier today, having a lot of fun. So it's kind of like a crunch movement without rounding the back. All right, switching sides. Left foot forward, bending into that left knee. See how it would feel to just lift that right leg up, step it back down. Maybe I can involve that left arm. To really think about this side. So I'm lifting up, stepping back, lifting up, stepping back. Last one, you guys got it? And we're just about at the 10th, I think 10 simple movements. I might have added one along the way. So I'm taking a little sip of water. And the final simple yoga movement is a side kick, a side lunge kick. And I just love these. I do these sometimes while I'm brushing my teeth, if you can imagine that. I've got a little bit of a wider stance and I'm kind of crouching, bouncing here. I'm going to bring the weight over to one side and lift the opposite leg up. Just kick it up and come right back down into my little squat. Bring the weight over to the other side, kick up the opposite foot. So I'm squatting and lifting, squatting and lifting. And maybe I involve the arms if that would feel good. I could always hold on to something. Trying to keep that nice upright posture. Don't forget the breath. Inhale, exhale. One more on each side. You got it. And if you want to keep doing it, it feels really good, maybe you do a couple extra ones. You got it. All right. And then I'll come to my chair, the front of my chair, and I'll take a slow elevator ride down to my seated posture. And now we'll warm down. So this one's for Beth. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left knee. Grab onto the shin or whatever's available. And maybe you lean forward a little bit without rounding the spine. If you're already feeling a lot of sensation, just stay where you are. Softening the shoulders. Maybe you gaze down for a moment. And then I'll sit up, cross the knee over, so that right knee is just nestling on top of the left. I'm taking a little tiny twist to the right with my torso, using my torso muscles. The hands can guide me as well. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Just a gentle twist. And unwinding back to center. Switching to the other side, left ankle over the right knee. Grab the shin or whatever's available, and without rounding the spine, I'm reaching the heart forward. Softening where I can soften. Maybe casting my gaze downward, softening my gaze, or closing my eyes even. Just finding a few breaths, letting time do the work. Very good. Sitting up tall, cross the knee over. Big breath in. Exhale, twist left. Use those core muscles to twist. If it's in your practice, if you want to keep this just a really gentle twist, you don't have to cross the knee over. One more breath. And returning to center, making any other movements the body's asking for. Maybe stretching the arms overhead, stretching the legs long. And then I highly, highly recommend you find a way to recline the body. So if you have the ability to get down onto the floor, great. I know many of us in our community today are not up for that, and that's fine. Or maybe you have a couch or a bed nearby. You could go ahead and find a way to recline your body or stay seated. That's also an option. So we're just going to wind down with a little guided centering. I really recommend that whenever you're doing any kind of a movement practice, that you give yourself a 2-minute rest period at the end. In yoga, we call it Shavasana. And this is a nice period of time where you can integrate everything that you've just done and let a little bit of stillness, a little bit of silence, give yourself some time to reset the body. So coming to relax, maybe you shift, if you're seated, you could come to the back of your chair, really let yourself relax in the chair, softening the entire body. So I'm going to start with my eyes closed, letting all the muscles in my face smooth out. Maybe even letting the jaw hang. As if I could pour liquid relaxation down my neck into my shoulders, into my arms, into my hands. Just allowing the arms to relax. Feeling the vitality in the relaxed arms. Allowing my body to soften into the support below, along the length of my spine, into my seat, down the lengths of both legs, into my feet. Letting myself be supported in this moment, be held in this moment. Allowing my belly to soften, fill, be the shape it really is. And just reminding myself in this moment, even though it seems like I'm doing nothing, I am doing something. By allowing the body to rest and relax, I'm promoting healing. I'm promoting immune system health. So filling up the body with your breath. Noticing the energy in your body. And how maybe your sense of your energetic body can travel outside the borders of the physical container of your body. As you inhale, imagine that energy expanding. And as you exhale, you can let the energy come back in. Expanding the energy out, softening the energy in. Allowing the energy to play, to dance, to travel wherever it wants to be. Maybe even saying hello to some friends in this community. And we could travel through this etheric medium of Zoom and play together. ready to begin coming out of your rest pose, you could make some small movements. You could lick the lips, swallow, yawn, stretch the arms. And you could stay resting if that's what your body needs. I love that, Catherine. Just a nice little hugging in of the knees. And coming back into our community space, I'll close our session today with my hands in Anjali Mudra, hands to heart center. Repeating 1 Om and 3 Shantis for peace. You can join in from wherever you are in the world right now, or you could just listen. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And thanking you so much for your practice today, friends. Namaste.